Good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever part of the world you're on today, and whatever time you'll be watching this. This episode of As the Tarot Turns is brought to you on purpose with purpose. I am your host, Not Your Mama. Some people call me Crystal, some people call me Criddle, like Riddle with a C. Either way, Not Your Mama is a personality, not a person. Thank you guys for your patience. I was on a trip for a memorial. My friend lost his son in a random gun violence. Like there was a party that they wouldn't let this kid into because he was only 15, and he went back and got a gun and shot the house up, and my friend's son lost his life. So I was at a memorial. I'm sure you've seen some of the videos that was about that. But yeah, that's where I've been. So I kind of did a little bit of resting and reflecting, and I'm back. Aries. So we're going to do Aries. What is your biggest obstacle? What is the biggest obstacle for Aries? I know that I've asked a lot of general questions. Like I've done a lot of general readings, just whatever spirit wants the collective to know for whatever sign. So I decided I was going to ask more specific questions. And this is, what is Aries' biggest obstacle? What is your biggest obstacle, Aries? Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Most importantly, drop down and say hello. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Howdy. Anyways, Aries. Universe, what is Aries' biggest obstacle that they face? Whatever they're trying to accomplish, what is their biggest obstacle right now for Aries? Please use me as a conduit to express the best message for Aries' personal growth. Please and thank you. Samoda be. Amen. Aries. Aries. Nurture, huh? Your biggest obstacle is nurture. It's either nurturing of yourself. I don't know why there's a glare on there, but nurturing yourself. The Empress card, that's about being like having fertile ground. Some of you might have a fertility issues. Maybe some of you might be trying to get pregnant, or maybe some of you are too fertile. But it seems like the issue right now is fertility, rather it be in your own mind space, your environment. Nurturing, maybe you're too nurturing. You give too much of yourself. Yeah, you invest too much of yourself into other situations. You might be dealing with a Taurus. Compassion. So you might not be getting the compassion, or you might not be giving the compassion that's needed for the nurturement. Maybe you're not compassionate enough towards yourself. We have a tendency to talk to ourselves in ways that we would not talk to someone that we loved. We tell ourselves all kinds of fucked up shit in a non-nurturing way. Like if there was something that you wouldn't tell your best friend, why would you tell yourself that? Would you ever tell your best friend that they're not good enough, that they'll never be good enough, that they're ugly, that, you know what I mean, that they're too fat, they're too this, would you ever talk to your best friend like that? I feel like some of you talk to yourselves like that. Like you have all this investment in nurturing in other places, but you don't show the same amount of compassion and sympathy and empathy for yourself the way you do others. But it says that your biggest obstacle is nurture. And that's the Empress card, which is the fertility card. So like I said, some of you, it might be a fertility issue. Your biggest obstacle might be in fertility. But you've put a lot of time, you've invested a lot of your time into whatever this nurturing is. And it makes you very uneasy, like you're not getting enough rest. You're not able to put it to rest. You've invested so much of yourself, so much of your time, so much of your nurturing out into the other world, out into the outer world that it makes you tired. Makes you very tired. Some of you is lust based. You might be driven by lust, or somebody might be driven towards you by lust. You know, lust, not love. There's a definite difference, you know. We start relationships out on lust, then there's nowhere for it to go. Maybe you've been giving too much of yourself, too much of your body. You know, thinking that it'll get you one way, but it really doesn't, you know. When we become like doormats, like if somebody could call us at 2 o'clock in the morning because, you know, they just want a booty call, and we get dressed, we show up, and, you know, we go and wash their clothes, and we're like, oh man, like how could they not love me? Look at what all I've done for them. You know, it's not that they don't love you, it's just that you don't love yourself. I mean, no. I read this book one time called Why Men Love Bitches, and my aunt sent it to me. And it was extremely, extremely helpful and extremely powerful about why we are doormats, and then we don't understand why people don't love us, you know? Why Men Love Bitches. If you feel like you're a doormat, that people just use you, that you give so much of yourself but get nothing in return, I would definitely recommend checking that book out. Why Men Love Bitches. I feel like you've been giving way too much of yourself, Aries. Your biggest obstacle is saying yes when you want to say no, you know? Being a yes person. Giving too much of your time, of your body, of your energy. You've invested so much other time into other people. Yeah, rejection. And then they reject you anyways. You've done so much for so little for so long, you know? It's time to start turning that love inwards. You don't talk to yourself the way you talk to your best friend, you know? Worried about rejection. You're worried about putting your investment into something that is not worth investing in. I think if you turn the investment in on yourself and start nurturing yourself instead of taking all the nurturing and putting it elsewhere, you'll be able to see the rewards from that. I mean, you can't go wrong from that. You know, if you put your love into yourself and do the things that you want to do and say the things that you want to say and say no to the things you really don't want to do, you know, and don't just jump at any sort of, you know, hey baby, type of experience, then you won't be disappointed, you know? Because then if you go and do something, it's because you wanted to do it, not because somebody wanted you to do it. I think your biggest obstacle, Aries, is putting all of your nurturing and all your love and all your care outside of yourself and feeling like you're getting nothing in return. Let's see what we can get from the angels. Cleanse and detoxify. With great love and respect, we ask you to detoxify your precious and sensitive body. At your request, we'll help you to develop life-affirming ways to deal with stress. As we ease any sorrows at shedding your old ways, give us your cares, worries, and concerns to us, and feel the beautiful grace of your newly purified body. Yeah, some of y'all need to be celibate on purpose, you know? It's not like celibate and sober, on purpose with purpose. If you're out there having all these lustful, you know, filling up your lust cup, it's just going to leave you empty. You'll end up empty, you know, and then you'll keep wondering why this rejection keeps happening. Is because most of the time it's based off of lust and not love. You know, and once that lust runs out, man, then what else is there? Then you find out that you don't even like the person that you've been sleeping with. Like, some of y'all need to be celibate on purpose. You know, not to say that you don't have options, because you'll have plenty of options. It's like, nah, I don't, I'm not doing that right now. I think you guys have been giving too much of yourselves outside of yourselves, Aries. I think that's your biggest obstacle right now. Your biggest obstacle is giving out more of yourself than you give to yourself. All right. I love you guys. And until next time, Nacho Mama out. Beep beep.